Hello, welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. You know, some major breweries tend to stick with their line. They generally have one or two flagship beers and they don't vary so much. So, for example, Stella Artois, or Heineken, you don't see them putting out many varieties of beer. Occasionally they have a few, but in general they stick with their majors. And one person who was watching told me he was surprised at how many beers the Japanese majors put out every year. And it's true, they do put out a lot, especially Sapporo and Suntory. Kirin and Asahi a little bit less, but Sapporo and Suntory put out a lot of new beers every year, sometimes 30 different new beers in a year. And basically, I think what they're trying to do is see what will stick, or they're just making, what they feel like. And for example, a seasonal beer. Suntory has their seasonal line for different seasons of the year, or a limited one-off. And today's beer is one of those. It is from Sapporo Yebisu. It is called Sapporo Yebisu Creative Brew Juicy Ale. Okay, and let's talk a little bit about this beer before we sample it. This beer has been classified as a flavored fruit beer on Rate Beer. The website Untapped calls it a pale ale. In any case, this is in a series of beers, and it's the Creative Brew series, and this is the fifth one in the series. They've had 4 in the past. They started off with New Origin, the first one, and then Orange, Hop Drip, and Citrus Blanc, which is the most recent one. And the New Origin actually was, people were saying that this is probably the best Yebisu ever. And unfortunately, it has disappeared. Citrus Blanc is still on the shelves, but the other ones are long gone. And this is part of the Creative Brew series, in which apparently Yebisu is allowing their younger brewers to have some influence on the brewing process. However, the only one I've really heard about is this one here, who is called the Chief Experience Brewer, and his name is Arimoto Urota, and he's featured on the website as well. And he's also in charge of the new Yebisu brewery in Tokyo, which is opened in this month, April of 2024. So I assume you can go there and sample a few varieties of Yebisu. I'm not really sure. Rate Beer, no ratings whatsoever for this one. It wasn't listed when I checked. I think it is now. Untapped, 85 ratings, and the average was 3.29. Again, that's out of 5. 3.29 out of 5, and that's listed as a pale ale / other. And what's special about this beer is it uses grapefruit juice, hence juicy. Grapefruit juice in the mix, and this is a first for Yebisu to add fruit juice to their beers. They also use Nelson Sauvin hops and Polaris hops, and I think using Polaris may be new for them as well. The Nelson Sauvin, of course, should give us some kind of a white wine sort of note, and Polaris may add some minty notes to the mix. The Creative Brew series, again, is supposedly using Yebisu's 100 years of knowledge and technology and trying not to be bound by conventional concepts. And so far, except for the New Origin, I think they have partially been bound by concepts. So, for example, the orange, they used some orange in it, and it didn't really work out that well. I mean, they tried. And hop drip was, what they meant was dry hopping, and you really couldn't tell that it had been dry hopped. Generally, dry hop beer should really produce some noticeable aroma, but it really didn't. So let's take a look at this one though today and see how it is. This one cost a 239 yen at the store, and that would be $1.51 in US dollar terms and 1.41 euros in European currency. Released on April 23rd, 2024, about a week ago. Should we give this one a go? You can see the fruity notes on the label. This looks like what I would consider grapefruit rind, but they mention grapefruit juice in it. Okay, typically crystal clear. And very, very minimal carbonation rising. I think you can see it there probably, coming off of my thumb. And about a half a finger of kind of fine beaded foam. Okay, aroma. Okay, I do detect some citrus. Nelson Sauvin should give us some white wine. Not getting it so much. Many of these Creative Brew series tend to resemble the basic Yebisu more than anything else, and this one seems slightly different from that. Mint, Okay. All right. Light malty beginning. Definitely some citrus. Going to mid palate, it starts getting a little bit bitter, and you feel it on the tongue. Something like citrus pith, or maybe grapefruit rind, possibly. I mean, that seems to be sticking on the tongue. Mint. It could be there, but as a component of bitterness, maybe kind of hidden by the other bittering aspects of the hops and the citrus. Well, okay, this is interesting. The fruit character is not pronounced. There is some citrus in the nose, but it's not pronounced at all in the flavor. Not the juice, but again, something like grapefruit rind is present in mid palate, and some light tingling bitterness to the finish, and that's basically it. So, interesting attempt. I don't know how successful it is. It certainly is quite different from regular Yebisu, and this is in the convenience stores and big liquor stores right now. You can go try it. Do go give it a go and let me know what you think. And again, it's Sapporo Yebisu Creative Brew Juicy Ale. Juicy Ale. Okay, I assume it is a blonde ale with a blonde or a golden ale with, or perhaps even a pale ale with the fruit added to it. Okay, well that's it for today. Please do take care, and hope your spring is going well. Bye-bye.